You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your filthy shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost nothing for you to show love. Hit the like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? In 2015, I came out on Facebook and I told my story about what happened with Africa Bambaataa. I never forget that day. I was sitting in my Jetta, in my driveway, teary-eyed. And I told the world what that man did to me. A couple of hours later, so many people from the Zulu Nation, at the time, people that I considered to be my big bros, was reaching out to me like, yo, you got to take that down. You got to take that down. One particularly, Muhammad Stanley Bell from the Zulu Nation, somebody that I love very, very dearly. At the time, Muhammad had just formed the Zulu Warriors, a Zulu, pretty much a security company, which employed me as well. And we would do stadiums, concerts, private security for whatever celebrities you name, from Jay-Z to Lauryn Hill and whoever else, right? Just to give you some names. After the phone calls was the sit down at Muhammad's house. F was there, Jerry was there. It was too many people to name. There was people there, a group of my peers in Africa Bambaataa, peers, who basically confronted him with me. And at that time, in that moment, Africa Bambaataa, in the beginning, he admitted to what he did to me and he apologized. During that time, there was 3 requests from me. I didn't want no cash for myself, nothing for myself. Even though I said it before and I say it again, Muhammad tried to get me to get $20,000 out of the nigga and give him $16,000 because he was behind on his rent. What about your friends? Yeah. And what do I look like? I was stupid. I got mortgage of my own, but I'm going to give you $16,000 and take 4 for myself. That's what I was supposed to ask Bam for. You're right. It wasn't about the money. It was about the principle. I requested 3 things from Bambaataa. 1, to put a tombstone on my big homie's grave. That was his top soldier, right? 2, to go get help. 3, to start some type of building or some type of foundation with all the money he accumulated for the youth. Nothing for me. Nothing. Life went on. Everything was cool until I get a phone call. Hey, yo, Haas. They talking about turning your TV off. These niggas talking about rocking your snot box. I said, what you talking about? He said, read the paper. Front page. Send me the link. I look. What? On the front page of the newspaper is B. Stinger, a.k.a. Ron Savage, teary-eyed crying, exposing Africa Bambaataa similarities. My whole story. When he tell you, I took his story. I came out 6 months before Ron Savage. This is what y'all didn't know. I just took my story down 2 hours later. So now, after I see Ron Savage all over the newspaper, I calls Africa Bambaataa himself. And I tells him, I'm hearing word on the street. Niggas is trying to move on me. I need for you to get me some steel. I need me a couple of pieces of steel, so I can hold myself down. I ain't going to the police. We gonna turn up. Now I need me some steel so I can supply to the niggas around me if it's gonna be a war. Oh, talk to Tafik. Talk to who? Call Tafik, let him take care of that. I'm talking to you, nigga. I said, you know what? All right. After that phone call, when I hung up, I ended up on Star's platform. See, the thing about it is, behind the scenes, Star was already going in on the Zulu Nation. And they was trying, I was on a conference call with them when they was trying to get Star to take the videos down, take my video down. Star wasn't trying to hear them. So I'm listening to them, you know, talk or whatever the case may be. It didn't happen. Next thing you know, I'm on Star's platform. And that starts the journey to where we at right now. Now, there's something I wanted to play.
You know, it's amazing how many straight men is fighting for a gay man to come home. Y'all niggas got family members that's been locked up. Y'all ain't never been on a visit before to go see him or wrote him a letter. But y'all screaming free Diddy, a nigga that likes another man's jism rubbed on his nipples, and y'all want him to come home.
Yo, pack you up, son. Right message, wrong messenger. Y'all just be getting on these apps talking about anything, son. This is ironic that he's even talking about this in the first place, bro. The reason why you even got a name in this social media space is because you came out and exposed Africa Bambaataa for doing something to you. Staying free anybody that was accused of a sex crime is nasty work, bro. But what I do know that your abuser, the guy you claim abused you, is out roaming the streets free, and you ain't pressing no charges on him. You worry about Diddy, go get that nigga locked up. It was a brave thing for you to come out as a grown man to say somebody did that to you. But son, could you get him locked up? You worry about people talking about free Diddy when you letting this nigga roam the streets and do the to you to other people. Pack you up, son. Pack you up. You niggas full of shit.
Now, with that being said, what y'all don't know is that this is where Layla Wills come into play. Layla Wills. She gets a lawyer for me. Meanwhile, what I didn't know is that Ron Savage had the same exact lawyer. Layla Wills believed in my story, and she believed in Ron Savage. Me, my gut instinct told me, yo, something just ain't right. There was too many red flags with Ron Savage. It was way too many red flags. But everybody was like, no, you being hard on him. You being hard on him. It was like, nah, something ain't right about this nigga. Make a long story short, Ron Savage having the same lawyer that I had for the criminal case and the civil case. They was going to do it both together. Ron Savage sabotaged my case with the lawyer deliberately. Whatever he said to those lawyers, they threw the case out. So it never went anywhere. And the statute of limitation ran out. From the jump, I told y'all that Ron Savage, aka Bean Stinger, was Kaiser Sauce. Nobody wanted to believe me. Now in today's time, you see Ron Savage recanted his statement, and Rolling Stone posted that the witnesses against Ron Savage recanted their statement. Ice-T posted that the witnesses recanted their statement. See, what y'all didn't know was there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. The fight wasn't over. So now that I couldn't go forward, I didn't want no money from Africa Bambaataa. Y'all not going to make me look like Cassie. I didn't want no money from Africa Bambaataa because y'all wasn't going to turn me into a Cassie. So while y'all thinking that it was all over and Hassan was just on this internet, remember I told y'all from the beginning, they told y'all that once I got off the internet, I was going to get my TV turned off. So this whole time, I was in a fight for my life, whether y'all realized it or not. So now, John Doe comes into play. John Doe saw how Hassan Campbell was getting stomped out all over the internet with the digital COINTELPRO and all the attacks and people coming close and acting like they cool and then attacking me. John Doe decided to go on this journey behind the scenes. John Doe, along with Layla Wells, fought tooth and nail for 3 years straight, maybe longer than that. John Doe was fighting behind the scenes. It took a great amount of strength for him to do what he did. Everything that I had to endure, he had to endure without y'all seeing his face. Every slanderous thing that y'all said to me, he had to deal with that. He was a survivor as well, who became a champion behind the scenes. Layla Wells, along the way, fighting tooth and nail to get Africa Bambaataa out of the Hip Hop Museum, which brings us to Fat Joe. Fat Joe got on his Instagram page and announced to the world that I was an enemy, me and Layla Wells, to hip hop, and we was trying to destroy hip hop. This is what Bambaataa used him for, to discredit me, and that's what he did. An hour and a half later, a nigga that was making $40,000 and $50,000 and $60,000 a month lost my monetization. That didn't even got nothing to do with the donations that I was getting. Lost my momentum, lost my monetization. You talking about a dude that was going live and having 20 and 30,000 people at one time watching me the same way as academics. They knocked me off my pivot. My page ain't never been the same. This is where my problem came in with Fat Joe. KRS-One said we had to make our leaders infallible. And KRS-One got on the internet and told everybody that I was COINTELPRO. I was the police. This is what I had to fight. KRS wants somebody that I looked upon like he was a hero. Mr. 13 and good. So Layla Wells a woman that I was paranoid about in the beginning, who turned out to be a champion. Layla Wills is like the illest nigga in Nebraska. Layla Wills is stronger than any nigga that I've ever been around in my life. Because it's easy to shoot. But she had to go against the public opinion. And she strapped up and laced on her boots. And she never stopped trooping. Even got to the point where I got tired. I just couldn't take it no more. See, what a lot of y'all didn't realize, when that situation came out with Cassie, I went on a drinking binge. When I went outside the Bronx River, I didn't plan on coming back home. I stood there and antagonized them niggas till they came outside. I wasn't supposed to make it back home. That's how I broke down. I was in a mental state. I was in a bad place. The alcohol had me in a bad place. Layla Wills kept fighting, going outside protesting. She fought so hard that the Yankees said if Bambaataa came to that hip-hop anniversary and performed, they wasn't performing no more. That's how real it got. Layla Wills. I can't even find the words to tell you how much I appreciate you and what you did for me. And once again, I have to apologize in front of the world because I flipped on Layla Wills because of my paranoia. I didn't know who I could trust. I went through a lot of ugliness just dealing with this topic. Now, what brings us, because I don't want to make this too long, John Doe. You did it. We did it. So when these niggas be sitting up here talking about you didn't put Africa and Bambaataa in jail, initially I didn't want to because I was a street nigga. But then when I finally realized that we had to get this predator off the street, from the jump, they planted Ron Savage, and he derailed my movement and what I was doing in my case because we had the same lawyer. This is what y'all didn't understand. When you hear dudes like this comedian dude with jokes that's not funny, it's like having two pencils, one that's sharpened and one that's been sharpened too much, where the pencil is this small, you can't even write on it no more. With a pencil that's too small, that's me. Because I put in all the work to the point to where I'm tired. Even the eraser is broken. But this comedian nigga with all the jokes, he would never know what it took for me to come out into the world and then have the audacity to tell me that I can't talk about Diddy. What's the difference between Diddy and Africa Bambaataa? What's the difference? Everything these men touched, they destroyed. The problem is, not too many people really cared about this story. And then even the people that has experienced what I experienced, they don't want to go down memory lane and open up that scab and have to look at that wound all over again. The pain never goes away. You just learn to put it in a box and put it in a box and put it in a shelf somewhere where you don't remember it anymore. Layla Wills, you are a true champion. John Doe, you got us this victory in court. I don't like courts. After what the court system tried to do to me a bunch of times over and over again, I hate court. You showed up in court, and because of you, Africa Bambaataa has been found guilty of the crimes against humanity. This is just the first step. But we won. We finally got a little piece of justice. And I need for y'all to understand the reason why John Doe did this is because without something in writing, we have to say alleged. Now Africa Bambaataa will go down in history as the monster he is. Shout out to Star for helping to put me on this path. And helping me to become the man that I am today. Shout out to Layla Wells. Layla Wells, a true champion. That woman got dragged, disrespected, kicked on, spit on, shitted on. And she dusted that shit off. It came out fighting like a true champion. I need for everybody to watch this video and get in that comment section and say, we love you, Layla Wells. Please. Show her the appreciation. And last but not least, all the people that's been following me from 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. To everybody that supported me on this journey. The supporters. Team Poppy, Team HASSAN Campbell. When people thought that I done cried and broke down and even got shot on camera, like Gully TV, the nigga that act like he was my friend. And as soon as he seen me get shot, it's over for this nigga. Nah, I'm just beginning. To you people out there, give yourself a round of applause. Because y'all help put a nigga in position that's a father, a husband. I take care of all the dudes around me, put other people onto my platform and show them love. I want for my brother what I want for myself. Y'all made this possible. Give yourself a round of applause too as well. Layla Wells, love you to death. John Doe, we did it. We did it. We did it. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. And pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Parents, we used to have a commercial that used to come on back in the days. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children is at? Fathers, check up on your children.